How you doing, all of you? Today is another day, another hosting here in my channel, and hopefully everybody's well. Let me see my connection. Make sure that you can hear me, and we are live in different platform that we are using, and hopefully you are enjoying your day. And today we're gonna have a topic about expanding your network. As you know, everybody is opening up now. Some people are already gathering, especially yesterday. We have the Thanksgiving Day, and most people are gathering, and most people having networking. Maybe it's for your personal, maybe it's for your family, maybe it's for the business, right? You want to connect with your client that they never seen almost 2 years. So you want to do that and maybe get prospect people for your business. So it's a lot of things that you need to practice about networking, especially now that, like I said, we need to fill up again that pipeline of new prospect, new identify new customer that we can reach onto. So today I want you to watch this video until the end, because in the end I have some bonus about it, and hopefully you can use that bonus for more of this kind of things that we're gonna talk about today. So let's talk about the first one. So the first one is, are you an introvert? If you're an introvert, let me just see something. Let's see. Yeah. So you're introvert. Excuse me. So you're introvert, right? So you are seeing a lot of when you're introvert, sometimes you don't feel comfortable with new people. But extrovert, like me, they say that I am extrovert. I know I am enjoying meeting new people. I'm comfortable when meeting new people. I like small talk, and then feed from that and make a conversation about it. And sometimes I'm more outgoing than others. So you think that or other people's extrovert is very good in networking. Maybe not exactly. You know, Sometimes, when you're introvert, you can be good in having a good network, because you don't like small talk. You don't want to you like meeting people in more deeper conversation, and you're more engaged and listening to that person one-on-one level, in a more deeper topic about that conversation that can build more and more for your personal connection with someone. And that personal connection can build a good relationship, especially if this person is, you want to be your client, or you want to be your partner in a business, or maybe partner in life. So be not be uncomfortable, or not put yourself, because you're introvert, you think that you are not in a good shape to start with networking in other people's people gathering or a public gathering because you're introvert. No, you have to practice. So what you're gonna do for this topic about introvert, I want to challenge you to call your friend, your family, or anyone of you have a close relationship with first, and then host an event. And then in that event, you are the one who's gonna start small conversation with everybody because you're gonna say hi to all of them, right? Because you're the host. So small talk, at least if you're there, that's your host. You're hosting it. You're the host. You're the sponsor of that event. You have more control. You have more safer control about things going on, and you can control your emotion if you still feel uncomfortable because you're introvert, and you don't like big crowd to talk to. So at least from there you can expand yourself to a more publicly and more, maybe in the gathering in your workplace or something, so you can practice more of that. And then secondly, we can suggest to you to expand your network is the best topic is to bring up is about yourself, talking about yourself. Maybe some of you may not realize this or may not even say it's true that most people like to talk about themselves, about their experience, because they're more familiar of the conversation. They're more familiar with the discussion or the topic they're talking about. So the more and more you like that conversation, because if the person who you're talking to is really interested, genuinely interested about your topic, you get more excited to talk about, right? But there's a fine line between bragging and really having a good conversation within the group, or good intro if you just approaching a group of people who was already in the conversation. So you have to make sure you can adjust yourself and don't interrupt the conversation. What you're gonna do is listen first to what's the conversation all about, and then from there you can maybe just ask question a little bit or comment about the things that you heard, to just emphasize that uh, the point of the topic, so that you can be included in the conversation. So they need to acknowledge that you are there as a person before you even interrupt or even dig into the conversation. Don't interrupt and then ask the person, "Oh, what are you? I guess you're talking about. What are you guys are? What are you guys are saying?" You don't want to be like that person. You just need to be acknowledge that you're there as a person to be included. So in this topic, you can go practice by challenging yourself to go or meet someone, or to ask someone you don't know well, like a coworker or hairstylist, and then imagine that you are conducting a fun magazine interview about them, and then dig a little bit deeper, not too deep, about the topic, and then that you can expand and ask more question and question. So basically, you're not the one who is the point of the story or the point of the conversation. It's that other person, so that you can practice your listening skills basically for about this topic. So you have to make sure that you're not you're not interrupting anything and the flow of the conversation. So the next one, the third one that we want to share to you is jumping. Listen before jumping in. So this is the first one, right? This is the second part of that. So before jumping in the conversation, or you found yourself in a conversation that you don't know the topic, so don't um, interrupt and ask again somebody to explain what's going on and why are we talking about this or why it's so important. You just come there and listen and be acknowledged that you're present in the conversation and go more deeper in the topic, and don't be the one who keep changing the topic because you don't know the topic that they're discussing. And sometimes too, maybe you are listening to the conversation, or maybe you are in the conversation and they start to shift to a gossiping and a private matter. What you're gonna do to be not be a rude person is to pull out your cell phone. Everybody have a cell phone, a smartphone. So you pretend that you're gonna answer a phone call, or you're gonna answer a text or an email in your phone, so you have to excuse yourself because you don't want to be included in the drama or whatever they're talking about, and essentially become you know uh, involved in the mess whatever they're talking about. So you don't want to have any gossip, and especially if it's like a public event, right? So you want to be sure you don't be in that included on that. Essentially, in essence, don't intrude, then demand to be included in some of the conversation that you are being to. So the thing that you have to do is you're the one who's doing the positive enforcement of the point talking point about that conversation. So you can practice this by inserting yourself to a conversation of others already having, and then give a shot of like in the workplace or in someone publicly, a lot of people. Then again, you can evaluate yourself, and then if you want to share your experience, how you insert yourself, how you get into ease yourself in the conversation of others, you can comment on this video that I'm doing right now and report to us what happened. How you did it. Maybe we can get some pointers from you how you did that conversation, how you ease on that conversation without a hinge, right? Because that's the very hard part. Sometimes the conversation is very deep, or maybe the conversation are not really interesting to you, so it's gonna be hard to ease on that conversation. But with the practice, it's gonna be more easier in the next event that you're having. So the next one, the fourth one that we want to share to you is smile. Yeah. So maybe this one is so obvious that you need to smile, like I'm doing right now to talk with having a conversation. But even me in this camera, it's hard to smile because sometimes you feel you're talking to yourself, or sometimes you don't feel smiling, or you feel like awkward because you smile too much. But smiling is making you more open, more welcoming to someone you just met or someone you're talking to, and you're more. They can remember you as a person who is very welcoming. So you have to practice your smile, and don't do a fake smile. The fake smile when you having a conversation with somebody who's doing a fake smile. They feel you feel you feel it. You feel they're not sincere about it, and then they leave a bad taste in your mouth about that person. You want to avoid that. You don't want to be that person. You want to be the one who's giving the other person to feeling good from themselves, or a positive overall interaction with you, so that they will remember you. And again, this for the building up your confidence in attracting more, especially if it's for the business, attracting more new customer in the business. And the trick is when you're smiling, You have to smile with your eyes too, especially now we are wearing our mask. And you can see, even though I'm covering my mouth, you can still see that I'm smiling because I wrinkle a little bit of my eyes, right? So that's only what you need to do. Or sometimes you can practice too is look away and then look back to the person you're talking to, and then smile. So it's gonna be more natural way to smile. The natural way that's not you're not faking it. It's like when when you were young. I know I'm kind of old now. So when you young and then you meet somebody that you really really like, and then even though their joke is not really funny, but you still giggles. That's the same thing. How you practice smiling. So on this topic, I want you to practice smiling. I want you to practice smiling in the pictures in the mirror, and take a picture of your best smile and share it here. I want you to share it here in this video, underneath this video, the comment section. So I want to see the good smile, how you practice in the mirror. Maybe even show me that you're in the mirror and you're smiling, you know, and make sure your background, okay? Because sometimes I see a background, sometimes it's an awkward background. So make sure when you're smiling in the mirror, there's no awkward background in the side or in the back. So the last one that I want to share to you today is, don't freak out when there is a silence. Ooh. Are you kind of the kind of person who, when there is silence in that conversation, you feel like, oh, I need to say something. I need to say something, even though what you're saying is not really good, or it's not really coming out in a good way, because you're the person who feel like you need to say something. No, don't be like that. Conversation sometimes need to have a pause, need to have a silent in between. Because when you're silent, that can perceive you as very if you're comfortable being silent in a moment of the conversation. The person who is talking to you may feel like, if your demeanor is more relaxed about having a silent moment, is more confidence about you, and then sometimes mysterious too when you are silent in the middle of the conversation, but because you are waiting for them to say something, or you're waiting for them to discuss something, so you can be silent, and then still make a good impression about that conversation, about that person, so that when you leave, they will remember you. Oh my God, I remember this Ronald person. He's so confident because he knows how to talk, and then how to listen, and how when to be quiet. I was gonna say the other way, the S word, but yeah, to be quiet, right? So what you do to practice this thing is, you go and ask somebody who you know very deeply, very personally, to eat with you, and be silent. No TV, no cell phone, no nothing. Just silent. Maybe a small talk, but the small talk's only very brief. It's minimal, so that you can practice being silent in the conversation, or maybe write a car in the car, and then tell them that you're practicing your being silent. So, and then again, you can share to us how you feel, what it feels like. Is that making you uncomfortable or comfortable about it? So again, these are the tips that I'm gonna give to you right now. But as a bonus, again, when I told you to say in the end of this video, my bonus is, more we have more things to share to you about expanding your network. So if you want to, that is just to put in the comment section, I want more tips. Yeah, just put Just put to be shorter. Just put I want. I want. Yeah. Just put I want in the bottom of that comment. So and then I will send to you an email series of tips about expanding your network. And then this for you, for me to share to you so that you can practice and build that confidence, build that pipeline of new prospect for your business. Again, I just want to make sure you know our website, curiousfinance.co, and this show is a daily dose of knowledge. And you can follow us in Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube channel, and so that you can see and be notified when you have we have new videos for you, and you can help yourself in either your finances, your confidence, your pipeline, how to build your pipeline, how to build your network. Again, this is Ronald Flores from Curious Finance. Have a nice one. Smile.